Good morning, friends. Today is July 17th. Beautiful Monday morning, and so welcome you all to my live stream. And you know that every day in the morning, I actually give my own analysis about the headlines in this program. All right, so before we begin, I'd like to tell you that if you want to basically get featured on our channel, Akulmach, then there is a link below. You can actually use that link to engage with us. Or if you want to express your opinion in a video form, then it'll be very good opportunity for you to do your own brand building. So consider that, and if you are interested, kindly click on the link below, which is given in the description. Before we proceed, I would like to also provide a word on the advertisers for this particular live stream. This live stream is kindly sponsored by Shopify, and Shopify is a world leading e-commerce player. And if you want to basically become an e-commerce leader, then there is a link in the description below which you can use to avail a fabulous deal for rupees 20 only. You can actually start your e-commerce store if you're in India, rupees 20 per month for next 3 months. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Kindly click on the link which is given in the description to download the Shopify today. All right, so let's proceed on our session. And by the way, we are live, and your messages will get displayed here. And if you have any opinion, any concerns, any suggestions, your messages will get displayed here. Now you can see my mobile. I'm reading the news along with you and also expressing my viewpoints. So this week in India, the political circles are really heating up. As you can see that in this headline, the mega opposition meeting is supposed to happen, in which they will decide their strategy for 2024 general elections. So it's a common knowledge that they are not able to unite against Modi regime, against the NDA government. And as you know, BJP is not the only partner in the NDA government. NDA government comprises of their own allies. So the opposition, which who are not allied with BJP in the NDA, are meeting this week, and it is going to be mega show of strength. Well, in my opinion, whatever they do, they have a Herculean task of basically winning the mind share of people. And when we say mind share of people, see, in politics, it's all about how you create your perception. What is your perception? So if your perception is it's good, people like to vote for you. And also, in any election, the issues are issues which affects you as a general public really plays a role in who do you choose as your leader, as a person who will govern your state or your country. Now in 2024, the question is related to governance of India, and on that front, Modi government is excelling. You go anywhere, they are talking about India's achievement. They are making sure that there are investment coming in. They are making sure that the reputation of India improves. They are also making sure that more and more companies are walking into India, setting up their offshore units. So considering that, they are also they are fulfilling all their commitments. Whatever they had committed in 2019 election manifesto, they have already completed that, barring one or two small things. So they said, and they have done it. So there is no reason for people to doubt the credibility of the current government. And since in any case, whenever you choose, it's always a issue based. You see, what affects you, on that basis you will go and vote the leader, so that your life can be improved. So whatever they promised in 2019, they have done that. Whatever they are going to promise in 2024, their reputation says they are going to do that. So that is why their reputation wise, in terms of credibility, the current regime is fabulous. They have not missed on any milestone. They are also ensuring that the law and order and everything else is also taken care. They are building bridges with whole lot of countries, irrespective of whichever, whether you're a small country or large country. They are actually building bridges with all kinds of foreign powers and foreign nations. And this government has shown that they don't want to take any sides globally from the geopolitical standpoints. India today is part of all kinds of grouping except the NATO. So, NATO is very Europe centric. So, as long as the grouping is Southeast Asia, East Asia, or Asia, or the globe, the India is member of all of these, forums or groupings, including United Nations. So there has been a tremendous achievement in that regard in terms of relationship building. Prime Minister himself has been going into different island countries and basically establishing bilateral ties with them. So, in terms of in terms of relationship, there is no problem. In terms of achievement, there is no problem. So, therefore, if opposition hold a meeting in mega rally or whatever, it's basically they have to talk about issues. What is that they are going to do better than this current government? Otherwise, today's electorate is quite intelligent, very sharp, and in the age of social media where the things travel so fast, the electorate or the mandate provided to anyone is is given by people, and people are very sharp, very well informed. So if opposition only by meeting will not solve any issue, by meeting and holding hands and basically creating a photo op, they have to think through the strategy, and they have to find out where this government has lacked, which has affected the people's life, where this government has underperformed, and basically look at those areas and then basically say that, look, this is my strategy, this is our strategy, this is our leader, this is what we are going to do, how we are going to do. All of that they have to bring out in their strategy, and that is a way to counter. So if that is not happening, only meeting and greeting is happening and photo ops and they are raising hands, shaking hands, it is not going to help. So somewhere they are, so far, I'm not sure what will happen in future, but so far they have not shown any strategy which affects the common man, all kinds of man, not only one category of people, all kinds of men, large business houses as well as small below poverty line person. They have to give a complete roadmap if they want to win the election. So this is something which I feel about this. I will like to know what you feel. Do you think in any case, whatever you do, you have to be strategic. You don't want to do anything in a knee-jerk reaction. And today's voter is also very sharp. They will not like to vote for somebody who has no strategy at all. So we have less than a year now. It's high time to build traction. So opposition, if they are meeting, we need opposition. We don't want to put all eggs in one basket of the current regime. Therefore, it is important for the opposition leaders to present an alternative which affects a common man. By simply saying that, okay, I will do this, do that, is not going to help, because voter won't like to make their own life a living hell, because by choosing somebody on the basis of emotions is not going to help, and most of the voters will not do that. So they have to understand this psychology and then present the roadmap. So this is what I feel. I like to know your comments. The next important news is the Scorpion class submarine, which is basically which is provided by the France Telecom. Let me just take a moment and let me display my mobile, and Give me a moment. I will, start displaying my mobile to you. And here is my mobile. Let's go back to our news. So, Scorpion class submarine I was talking about. So, the Scorpion class submarine is very important feature which of the agreement which has been signed between France and India recently. The This submarine is very stealthy and very silent and extremely fast, quite important when it comes to defense facility. And this is going to be prepared or manufactured under the Make It in India initiative by the current government, and they are going to basically make sure that the France actually transfer the technology under license, of course. So these will be manufactured here. Now, if the France also need these Scorpion class submarines, they will also get benefit of the low cost of production in India. So it's win-win for both sides. Win-win for both sides. So therefore, this is something which is very important, very good achievement by the government here, and therefore this is a major milestone in terms of ensuring that our maritime borders are protected from all kinds of threats. And this will also ensure that India will emerge as a major defense manufacturing hub. So this contract obviously will be given to the dockyards eventually, between the dockyard, which is a private entity, and also the private defense submarine manufacturers from France. So therefore this is a major agreement, and this is a major thing. So let's see what's again happening. So I think I've covered enough on politics today. I will not talk about politics. Okay, this is an important information. Now, India is increasing its own global presence by talking about the issues which affects all of us, and G20 is a good forum to talk about these issues. See, what happens is when MNCs actually come into India, they actually make especially India, I'm not talking about any other country, especially India, because India is a very big market also. So while you set up an offshore unit, you have an opportunity to sell their produce within India itself, because the consumption in India is huge. So there are a lot of people who buy. There are a lot of urban people, English speaking people. In fact, most of us speak English fluently. So if MNCs are coming into India, making money out of India by selling their products, also reducing their cost, which is also increasing revenue globally, then they have to share a little bit of tax with us. And that is why India is now pushing sharing of or raising of MNC taxes. So when companies come to India, they do business, they pay taxes to their own government. A share or portion of that has to be shared with India, or this has to be a global phenomenon. Wherever the MNCs actually set up shop, the government should get a share from the taxes from their home country. So India is now going to push this agenda and basically ask for raise in this MNC tax. So this will ensure that MNCs get the benefit of coming to India, because they will find a market. They will also find a good offshore location where they can get skilled labor, and they can actually produce their they can do production at a lower cost compared to their own home native country. Otherwise, you see, if India does not offer these advantages, why they will come all the way to India? So if they are able to reduce their production costs, then there is an advantage for them. But what Indian government will get, which is basically the tax money. So this is a good strong move. I'm not sure how far this will be accepted, but nevertheless, India is now number 5th economy, and they have the ability to push their point. So we will wait and see. But overall for Indians, this is a very good move, I personally feel. So I like to know from you, from all the business people who are watching me live, what is their opinion? All right. So when it comes to rains, the rains are not going to basically stop for the time being, because this is only the first rain of the monsoon. Monsoon has just begun, and the Met Office in India has already predicted that it is going to get even stronger. So for next 10 days, at least next 2 weeks, heavy rainfall has been predicted in all the mountain states in India, and also North India, most of the North India, and then Northwest or West India. So it is not going to reduce. So kindly make sure that you have adequate, reach the safe place. If you're living in a dangerous area, find a safe place to pass, to basically avoid this calamity, because rain is going to increase. So I thought I'll share in my live stream. What is the next information? Okay, so coming back to Delhi rains. So the Yamuna River is now flowing under the danger mark as of today. Water has receded. However, certain low-lying areas in the capital still are flooded, because they are extremely low, and typically you should not be living in those areas. So this is another issue where the modern civilization of the current builder community, they actually build the houses and sell it to people without informing them these areas are the low-lying areas. So our ancestors never settled in those areas, because those low-lying areas were supposed to be providing drain for the rainwater. So and if you start living in those areas, obviously your houses will get submerged. So this is a big issue. Before you buy house, kindly do a complete survey of the area where you are buying house, and if in case you are buying house in a low-lying area, please avoid, because that is a recipe for disaster. So don't do that. For the sake of business, some people will sell you anything. So be aware of those kind of people. All right, so let's find out any important information related to business. So while I search for the next item, I will take a short break. All right, friends. So for those people who do not know about Dudh Sagar waterfall in the Konkan belt in south of India, southwest India, the Dudh Sagar waterfall is nearly 1,000 feet long fall, more than 1,000 feet, and it's a step fall with lot of water flowing through. Especially in this season, the water simply gushes out of the Dudh Sagar. I personally seen it, because I have trekked to Dudh Sagar very long time back, but there was only my group visiting that remote area. It's in the deep jungle, and you have to walk at least 20-25 kilometers on foot to reach this. And it's a trekker's paradise, a lot of lush green environment, and a lot of flora and fauna, and also wildlife you can see on along the way. And there is no city near Dudh Sagar waterfall. It's very dangerous. You're not supposed to enter the waterfall, because the water is quite swift, and it's a step waterfall. So if by chance if you are taken by the waves, there is no way to save you, anybody who actually ventures it. So we have to understand our limitation and the power of the nature. However, this news is yesterday's news, where nearly 100 trekkers reached the Dudh Sagar waterfall, and authorities actually stopped them. This picture has actually gone viral on that Twitter, where without permission, so many people, 100 trekkers reached Dudhsagar waterfall after walking through the jungle. So if walking through the jungle, if there are one or two people, they can protect 100 people. How you will be responsible to protect all these 100 people just in case if there is attack by a wild animal? So considering that, and also Dudhsagar waterfall is a gift to us by the nature. So you can't do such a thing where 100 people accumulate in one place deep in the jungle. And there are some regulations. If you go into the jungle, you have to first of all follow some regulations. You just can't decide one day to wake up and then visit the jungle without any proper preparation, without any information, without informing the authority that so many people will be arriving in Dudhsagar or any such place like that. So I think they were punished, they were stopped. And as part of the punishment, very interesting, the people who are watching me from outside India, they were made to do sit-ups. Sit-up is an exercise where most of the army people actually build their thighs by doing sit-ups. So they were made to do sit-ups. I'm sure it must have been very difficult, because all these people must have walked for 20 kilometers at least, and they were made to do sit-ups at the Dudhsagar waterfall. So friends, my only request is, whenever you go to such places, these are very beautiful, pretty places deep in the forest. They are basically the life of the wild animals, not for us. We can actually go there and follow the guidelines, because there are forest officers, there are environmentalists who know that so many huge numbers of trekkers, if they reach, what will be the impact? Will they try to destroy some plants? Maybe these people are very mature, I'm not sure, but arriving 100 people in such places itself is a threat to environment and also to the people. So make sure that don't overlook any of these guidelines and follow them. So let's find out. All right, so yesterday I talked about the cheetahs, that out of these 24 cheetahs which have been introduced in Indian wilderness, 8 have already perished. So autopsy was done, and now the report of the report of the autopsy says that the death is because of the bacterial infection. So these cheetahs have been brought in from Africa, and because of that, they may not have immunity towards the infections which are floating around in the Indian subcontinent, in this area. So probably they got some infection and they probably got perished. So now authorities will have to do something to protect these guests that we have got, because we are trying to improve the DNA genome of the cheetahs, because right now in Africa also there are only 2 DNA genomes of cheetahs found. So we have to ensure that the species does not vanish, because 2 is very grave situation. There is no opportunity for cheetahs to come up with natural selection. The natural selection basically improve the chance of survival of the species. So because of that, India has also few jungles, and we are contributing, Indian government is contributing to revival of the cheetah population, because they are in decline in Africa also. They have completely vanished from India. So under that project, these cheetahs were introduced into India. However, they are probably having some trouble with their immune system. They are not able to handle the bacteria which are prevalent in this part of the world. So I think I'm sure they will find some solution. Maybe they have to shift these cheetahs into, not in jungle, but some other area where they can monitor them effectively. Although there are RFID tags, collars around the neck of these cheetahs, so they can still track them even though they are in jungle. So let's see what solution the forest officers and environmentalists find about this. All right, a lot of politics. So okay, so now the center has finally stepped in, and the tomato prices are going to be reduced finally. The central government has said that the prices will not be more than 80 rupees 80 per kg. So in Delhi, UP and Bihar, this crisis has arisen because of the torrential rain, and the tomato crop has gotten bad. So because of that, the central government is now fixing the price, and for the benefit of people, they are now going to cap it to rupees 80 per kg, which is reasonable. Instead of 250 rupees per kg, 80 rupees is quite reasonable. So let's see how quickly this order reaches the ground, and the price of tomatoes reduces. I think it will take 1 or 2 days. All right, so let's find out any important information globally which we should talk about. So even globally, there are a lot of politics being discussed. A lot of war related news, so we don't want to talk about that. Okay, so this is something interesting. Shahbaz says his government will step down after completing tenure next month. I was not aware that they are going to complete their tenure in 1 month. Something must be going on here. So Shahbaz stepping down in next 30 days is the news. I am not sure what is going to happen in next 30 days. Are they going to ban Imran Khan's party? We'll have to wait and watch. But this is something which is showing in the public domain. All right, let's find out if anything important happening in the business arena. Okay, so for all the two-wheeler, all the motorbike enthusiasts, there is a new kid on the block, which is the Triumph motor. Triumph is a very old company from UK. And during the British era, there were a lot of heavy-duty Triumph bikes. But after British left, the Triumph bikes also left India. So if you had to drive a Triumph, ride a Triumph bike, you had to basically import it. But the Triumph has now eventually launched their model. As you can see in this one, this is a new Triumph motorbike which has been launched. Although it is not one of those heavy-duty Triumph motorcycle, it's an entry-level bike. It is going to be available for around 300,000 rupees, 3 lakh rupees within India. So, which is like any other bike, any other high-end bike like Royal Enfield or Bajaj Pulsar. So, this is going to be available, competing with the rest of the bikes which are used by Indians, the bike enthusiasts in India. Let's find out if there is anything worth the while to discuss today. All right, so I think there is nothing more to discuss today which is worth sharing my views on. But I would like to know, whatever I have told you, do you agree? I will be more than happy to receive your comments and receive your questions on this. So thank you friends for watching, and remember to click on the links given in the description, because there are special deals running through our live stream. You can utilize the opportunity and become a better entrepreneur. So see you tomorrow morning, friends, and have a nice day. Bye bye.